On July 8th, the league made a huge announcement, the first ever NBA in-season tournament, with a grand prize of $7.5 million. Players and fans are undoubtedly interested. However, today we'll go over some real concerns that the NBA needs to address if they want this tournament to succeed. First, let's break down how this new NBA in-season tournament will work. The 30 teams are split into 6 groups based on last season's records. 3 groups of 5 teams per conference. Then, each will play the other teams in their group twice, once at home and once on the road. So that's 4 new tournament games added to the schedule in November. And here's a key point. These tournament games will also count as regular season games, so they're doing double duty. After group play, the team with the best record in each of the 6 groups will advance to the tournament knockout rounds. Then the 2 teams with the next best records in each conference will get wildcard spots, rounding out the bracket with 8 total teams. The single elimination tournament rounds will happen in December, with the semifinals and finals taking place in Las Vegas. The winners will take home $500,000 for each player, as well as the first ever NBA Cup. It's an intriguing plot twist, but no one knows yet if it will be a compliment to the NBA season or just leave a funny aftertaste. Major changes can take some getting used to, so we'll have to tune in and see if this in-season experiment enhances the flavor of NBA basketball or messes with a tried-and-true formula. Now, pay attention, because here's where things get spicy with this in-season tournament idea. In the NBA, championship rings are the holy grail, the ultimate prize. Players obsess over them like golden tickets to the basketball promised land. Fans and players rally around the championship or bust motto. It's all about that ring, not just scoring points. Just look at Damian Lillard. He's a superstar with all the skills, but people question his legacy by asking, "Got a ring, Dame?" It's harsh. Now imagine throwing this new tournament into the mix. It could mess with the lesser focus on rings. Lillard has criticized the excessive ring-chasing culture. He wants more appreciation for the journey, not just the destination. But will players care about winning some random in-season tournament with no ring at the end? It could feel like a distraction or wearing a tux to a pool party. Can this tournament find its place in the NBA's championship-dominated universe? Or will it fizzle out as a failed experiment? The ring obsession runs so deep in the NBA. This tournament has potential, but could also face serious resistance. We'll see if players and fans embrace it or reject it as an oddity. So, as we look at this fresh twist in the form of the in-season tournament, it's fascinating to see how players like Lillard might react. Will this be the plot twist that turns the ring culture on its head? Can a trophy-less triumph in the tournament redefine how we view success in the world of basketball? It's a story as gripping as a last-minute shot at the buzzer, and we're all here for it. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room: injuries. You know, those game changers that can turn a slam dunk into a bummer dunk? Mark Cuban, the man with the Mavericks, he's been doing a bit of finger wagging here. He's got reservations about players getting injured because of the in-season tournament. It's like he's saying, hey, I'm all for extra basketball, but not at the cost of our star players' health. Cuban's got a point, doesn't he? We've all seen players push their limits, like those jaw-dropping moves that make us leap off our couches. But with more games, there's the nagging worry that someone might end up on the sidelines, nursing an injury. Imagine your favorite player, the one who's always been your go-to for a clutch shot, suddenly sidelined. It's like watching a movie and having the lead actor switch roles midway. Not cool, right? The thing is, Cuban's not the only one who's thinking about this. Other franchise owners are probably doing the same, head-scratching, wondering if it's worth the risk. The beauty of basketball is in its raw energy, the way players push their bodies to the limits. But that's also where the vulnerability lies. More games means more chances of wear and tear, but that's also where the vulnerability lies. More games mean more chances of wear and tear, and nobody wants their star players to be walking around like zombies in the playoffs. NBA players already face a grueling schedule, and adding to a tournament on top of the regular season and playoffs could take a toll on their physical and mental well-being. Fatigued players may not perform at their best, leading to a decrease in the quality of play. Moreover, burnout could lead to early retirements. depriving fans of the opportunity to watch their favorite players compete at the highest level for as long as possible. There's also the financial aspect to consider. An in-season tournament would require additional resources, including marketing, broadcasting, and operational costs. Teams may need to invest in extra travel and accommodations, which could strain their budgets. These financial pressures could have ripple effects on smaller market teams, potentially exacerbating the existing competitive imbalance in the league. In turn, this could lead to a less competitive NBA, with a few powerhouse teams dominating the competition. Now, we've covered injuries and finances, but let's do a little pivot and talk about game excitement. You know, that feeling when you're on the edge of your seat, heart racing, as the clock ticks down to a buzzer beater. Now, we all want more of those hair-raising moments, right? But here's the million-dollar question. Will the in-season tournament really make us leap out of our beanbags? Some folks are wondering if this tournament will be like adding a cherry on top of an already delicious sundae, or if it's more like adding extra salt to your french fries. The idea is to make games more exciting, to give January and February a bit of sizzle. But here's the thing, will it really? Imagine you're at a concert and the opening act is good, but you're just waiting for the main show to start. That's the vibe we're talking about. Sure, higher stakes might make games feel like those heart-pounding thriller movies, but let's not forget that it's not just about the money. Players play for pride, for the love of the game, for the joy of making those court connections that give you goosebumps. Will an extra bit of cash really change that way? Will an extra bit of cash really change the way they dribble and dunk? It's like saying you'll dance better if someone tosses a $5 bill in your hat. So, as we ponder the potential excitement factor, let's remember that basketball's got its own groove, its own rhythm. Now, let's look at it from a different angle. You know how sometimes you binge watch an entire series and forget to do your laundry? Well, imagine the in-season tournament as that unexpected binge watch season. It's like throwing in a plot twist right when you're immersed in the storyline. Players are used to the regular season, the rhythm, the goals. Will this new tournament be like tossing a curveball that messes up their batting stance? The in-season tournament may even dilute the significance of the NBA championship itself. Winning NBA championship is the ultimate goal for every team and every player in the league. Adding another tournament with its own set of accolades and rewards could undermine the prestige and value of the championship. Fans might start viewing the tournament as a consolation prize rather than a worthy achievement, which could lead to a decline in the excitement and anticipation surrounding the NBA Finals. Critics say it might be a distraction, a shiny object that steals the limelight. They argue that the NBA is all about that championship, that ultimate victory lap. So, as we look at this new tournament from all angles, the skepticism does hold a sprinkle of truth. But will it be that extra sprinkle of sugar that makes the cake perfect? Or will it end up being a desperate dessert that leaves the main course unfinished? The verdict's still out, folks, and we're here for the game, the debate, and all the hoopla that comes with it. Well, that's all for today about the NBA's in-season tournament. A roller coaster of opinions, concerns, and hopes. Will it truly find its groove, or will it end up being a party crasher in the world of hoops? As we step off the court and into the chatter, remember, the game's still in play, and the future's anyone's guess. So, keep those jerseys on, because whether it works or not, the passion for basketball is here to stay. See you next time.